say law of large numbers. It's kind of law of averages. We get we get some really good leads. I mean, I just this month so far, we just my son and I worked together, and we just closed what 240, 380, and then I've got another 20 that we're just wrapping up today. So we're not even at the end of the month. We're going to be wrapping up by the end of the day. We'll have 400,000 in premium wrapped up. So I can't complain. I can't complain at all about that. As a matter of fact, next year we've got a couple of our couple new agents who we've been training, and so we'll probably be increasing our spend next year with one or two more agents ordering leads. So yeah.
You said you're at 400,000 this month. That's purely from Revenx?
That's two Revenx leads.
That's good.
One was 140 and the other one was 240. And then this other one that we're closing, matter of fact, I just finished up with her about an hour ago, and that's another 21,000, I think that she's putting in. And then I've got one more hanging out. That's another $54,000 to try and wrap that up next week. So, we'll with Revenx leads, that'll be 4 leads, 4 Revenx leads that cleared about 450 plus for December, and we'll get those done before Christmas because ain't nobody doing anything between Christmas and New Year's. Took an approach. I went back and I looked at. So I kept all the leads. Every single lead I got from Revenx, I stuck in a file, and then I went back and I'm like, okay, all the ones I remembered that I probably didn't do right, or there were additional things. When we got this one new agent that we brought on, and I said, okay, I want you to go back and I want you to run through these leads. And so I sent him like 20 to 30 leads a month. And I'm like, cut your teeth on these. You can't break them. Either I already broke them or I didn't follow through. And he started pulling business out of these leads that I didn't get any business out of previously. And I said, when we exhaust this supply of leads, we'll just flip the switch. And so I sent him his last, I think I sent him 40 leads, 38 leads, something like that for December. And those are the last of the last that I have that I felt like either I didn't get any traction with or whatever the case may be. And so he went back and he revisited. And so we wrung out every single one of those leads. And then he went. And so now as of January, we'll be ready to turn the spigot on for him. And so we'll jump up, I think, to 40 leads, and then we'll track the success with everybody who's running those 40. And then as we work ahead with those, we'll figure out if we can do more. But yeah, I find that the system that we've developed now, I can pretty consistently pull 300, call it on the low side, and probably 600 on the high side. Consistently per month.
And then the ones who don't have any cash flow, do you do any debt stuff with them? Do you have a debt consolidation vendor you refer them out to?
I really don't. We'll work with them. We'll work with them if there's if there's a, and that's probably, I don't know, maybe 5% of the people, if they're in a debt situation, well, hey, do you what are you doing to get out of debt? We can give you some counsel on how to do that, share some sound principles with them, and then we just drip on them, and hopefully if they follow some good financial counsel, then within a year or two they'll say, hey, thanks for helping us get out of the hole. What can you help us do to plan for retirement? So we kind of take that approach. With new agents, one thing we found is the reason you fail is because you have a hard time, A, finding good leads, and B, knowing how to work with them. And so when we bring on an agent, we say, look, we'll pay pay for the leads, and we'll train you how to develop the leads, and then you can, and then we'll give them a, we do a percentage of street, and so that's the way we're working at. So yeah, if we increase the spend next year, which we likely will, we've already had a conversation, we'll be increasing that spend, and so I'll just increase the number that we're ordering on my account. Just I guess kind of a heads up, one of the things that's worked out well with us is when we talk to people, we offer them a free retirement evaluation. So we run some software, we plug all their data into our software, show them what their retirement's going to look like. When we use it, when we use that tool and we make that offering to potential clients, we'll go online, hey, we can do a retirement analysis for you free of charge. Creates a pretty solid 20, 30 page report that dives pretty in depth. People are like, oh, really? Could I get? Yeah, absolutely. We'll run that for you, and that gets us a good second call. Then we go back and we do discovery. Then we find assets, and we talk about how those assets are, and it leaves us to answer to ask the important questions: is that asset performing the way you want it to? And well, I'm not trying to sell anything. I'm just asking you if you're happy with the way it's performing, and then they'll let me know, well, it could be a little better. What would you like to see it perform at, or what's your concern with it? And then we can dive into that conversation.